I never imagined I'd pull up to my street and find my house reduced to a twisted mess of splintered beams, broken drywall, and swirling dust clouds. That place wasn't just bricks and mortar, it was late-night barbecues with the kids, lazy Sundays on the porch swing, and every hard-earned dollar I'd sunk into making it our forever home. But one power-hungry woman decided it stood in the way of her grand vision. Her name was Susan Mitchell, the iron-fisted HOA president of our quiet suburb in Austin, Texas, always strutting around with her tablet like it was a badge of supreme authority. She claimed it was all for her fancy community Centera gym, splash pad, and event hall that nobody voted on. But she crossed a line she couldn't uncross, messing with the wrong guy's livelihood. When you take everything from a family man, you unleash a storm he didn't even know he had in him. And that's how Susan went from ruling our block like a dictator to rotting in a jail cell. When we first spotted the house on Maple Ridge Drive, it was a run-down, eyesore-faded siding, overgrown weeds choking the driveway, and a leaky roof begging for mercy. But to me, Jack Thompson, it screamed opportunity. I'd grown up in the heart of Texas, where folks fix things themselves, and this was my shot at giving my wife Lisa and our two boys a real home away from the city's chaos. I rolled up my sleeves and got to work, weekends turning into blurs of sawdust and sweat. Lisa teased me, saying, "You're pushing 40, Jack, not some young buck." But I'm built stubborn, and by fall, we turned it into something special. Fresh paint, a sturdy deck out back, and a kitchen island where we'd gather for family dinners. It wasn't Flashino marble counters or smart fridges, but it was ours, pure and simple. The neighborhood felt like a postcard at first. Manicured lawns, kids tossing footballs, folks chatting over fences during evening walks. Austin's suburbs have that laid-back vibe, with barbecue, smoke wafting on the breeze and Friday night lights from the local high school. I figured we'd fit right in, paying our HOA dues and keeping things tidy. Then I met Susan. If you've tangled with an HOA before, you know the drill. She's the type with a laser eye for infractions, patrolling her golf cart like a sheriff on steroids. Mailbox not aligned perfectly? Warning slip. Grill left out after a cookout? Fine incoming. I try to play nice, nodding at meetings while she droned on about community standards. But Susan had me pegged from day one. I wasn't one to kiss the ring like the others. And worse, our corner lot was prime real estate for her pet project. It all kicked off at the monthly HOA gathering in the old community hall. Susan marched in like she owned the place, her crisp polo shirt tucked tight, and fired up a projector with slick renderings of her legacy pavilion, a sprawling facility with workout rooms, a kiddie pool, and ample parking to boost our home value sky high. Neighbors murmured approvals, clapping half-heartedly. I sat there, arms folded, smelling trouble. Then she clicked on the site map, and bam, our house was smack in the middle, labeled Future Parking Expansion. My blood boiled. "Hold up, Susan," I said, standing tall. "That's my family's home you're planning to asphalt over. You're going to relocate us to a tent." The room went dead quiet. Susan's eyes narrowed, her fake smile cracking. "Jack, progress demands tough choices. For the greater good, some adjustments are inevitable." Greater good? That was her catchphrase, code for screw you. I'm in charge. From there, escalated fast. Notices started flooding our mailbox. Yard maintenance violation grass exceeds 3 inches. Bull-eyed mowed it that morning. Then unauthorized exterior change for the bird feeder Lisa hung. Fines piled up, each one bogus but building her case. One weekend, I caught 2 guys in khakis snapping photos of our fence line. HOA audit, they grunted. I chased them off, spotting Susan watching from her driveway, smirking like she'd won already. Neighbors started dodging me at the grocery store, whispering about that troublemaker Thompson. It stung Lisa, and I used to host block parties, but now we were pariahs. The kicker? A late-night process server slapped me with papers declaring our property a blight under HOA bylaws, ripe for redevelopment. I crumpled it, vowing over my dead body. The day it happened still haunts me. I was driving back from work when the rumble, high-tarth shaking engines growling like angry bulls. Rounding the corner, I saw excavators clawing into our roof, shards of glass flying as the front wall caved. Our deck splintered like matchsticks. The boys' treehouse toppled in a heap. I slammed on the brakes, heart pounding, and bolted toward the chaos. Susan stood there, tablet in hand, directing the crew like a field general. "What in God's name?" I yelled over the noise. She turned, cool as ice. "Jack, this is approved. Your lot's essential for the pavilion. You'll get fair compensation." "Compensation? For the nursery where our youngest learned to walk? For Lisa's herb garden?" I charged the operator, screaming to stop, but he shrugged. "Boss's orders." Neighbors gawked from sidewalks. Phones out, but nobody intervened. Susan leaned in, whispering, "You should have cooperated. Resistance just makes it worse." By dusk, it was Ghania flattened scar where our life had been. We crammed into a dingy motel off I-35, kids sobbing, Lisa in shock. But that fire? It ignited something fierce in me. Morning came, and I hit the Travis County Clerk's office, digging through records. The demolition permit? My signature was forged sloppy but damning. Deeper dives revealed Susan's scams. HOA fees funneled to her brother's construction firm for consulting. That never happened. Thousands vanished on her personal perk spa days in Hill Country. Designer bags from the Domain Mall. Neighbors confided quietly. One got fined $500 for a non-regulation swing set. Another faced foreclosure threats over holiday lights. I compiled it all to mailings, receipts, affidavits. Susan cornered me at the motel lot one night. "Drop this, Jack. You're outmatched." But her voice wavered. She was slipping. I lawyered up with Mike Reynolds, a no-nonsense Austin attorney who ate HOA crooks for breakfast. "This is gold," he said, eyeing the forgeries. We sued for fraud, destruction of property, and the works. Subpoenas flew, exposing her embezzlement vacations billed as board retreats. At the next meeting, Mike stood. "Anything said here could be evidence." Susan stammered, her grip cracking as neighbors murmured. She door-knocked desperately, spinning lies about me, bankrupting everyone. But the damn broke one guy yelled about her trash fines. A mom blasted her over a torn-down playset. Chaos reigned. Trial day in the county courthouse was electric. Witnesses piled on, the clerk on the fake signature, an accountant on siphoned funds, neighbors unloading years of grievances. Susan took the stand, claiming discretion for community benefit, but Mike shredded her. Was that Bahamas trip for morale? The jury snickered. Verdict, guilty on all counts. 5 years behind bars, plus restitution. Susan exploded. "You can't. I built this community." Deputies hauled her out, kicking and cursing, her tablet forgotten on the floor. The neighborhood transformed new board elections, open books, no more petty rules. Folks waved again. Kids played freely. With the payout, Lisa and I bought acreage outside Austin. No HOA in sight. We rebuilt stronger. A ranch-style home with a big yard for the boys, evenings filled with laughter. Susan? She rotted in state prison, her pavilion a weed-choked eyesore. In the end, pushing back paid off. Bullies like her thrive on silence, but one stand can topple them. What do you think? Should HOAs have that much power, or is it time for reform? Share your take in the comments below. Have you battled a tyrant like Susan? Let's hear your side and spark some real debate.